What if the only way to survive a kingdom built on female subjugation is to become the one thing its rulers never anticipated, their equal, their obsession, and their undoing? In The King's List, Jade Presley delivers a why choose romantasy that weaponizes the reverse harem trope as political rebellion, proving that in worlds where women are cataloged like commodities, claiming multiple partners isn't indulgence. It's insurrection. This isn't just another spicy fantasy with possessive alphas and fated bonds. It's a lush, emotionally complex narrative where desire is defiance and intimacy becomes the blueprint for systemic change. From the first velvet-toned narration, listeners are immersed in a realm where royal decrees dictate worth, and every touch carries the weight of revolution. Perfect for fans of morally gray polyamorous romance and high-stakes feminist fantasy, this audiobook serves up scorching chemistry, unflinching emotional honesty, and a heroine whose journey from listed object to sovereign subject redefines power itself. When scribe Alara Vane is selected for the King's List, a ritualized selection process designed to assign suitable consorts to the 4 ruling monarchs, she expects erasure, not agency. But as she navigates the gilded cage of courtly expectation, Alara discovers each king harbors secrets that fracture the myth of their divine right. Kaelin, the stoic strategist drowning in inherited guilt. Ronan, the warrior prince, whose rage masks profound tenderness. Silas, the scholar king, who sees her mind before her body. And Darian, the enigmatic fourth, whose silence speaks volumes about suppressed truths. Presley masterfully avoids reducing the RH dynamic to wish fulfillment or male competition. Instead, she crafts relationships rooted in mutual reckoning, where consent is negotiated daily and intimacy emerges from vulnerability rather than obligation. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional precision, capturing Alara's evolving voice from fractured compliance to fierce clarity, and each king's distinct cadence with vocal textures that make every charged silence feel sacred and every moment of connection feel hard-won. You don't just hear the bond form, you feel the seismic shift of 5 souls learning to trust without surrendering sovereignty. What elevates the King's List beyond typical why choose fare is its unflinching examination of patriarchal systems as lived reality rather than backdrop. The list isn't merely a plot device, it's an engine of gendered control that mirrors real-world structures of ownership and erasure. Alara's awakening isn't about collecting lovers, it's about recognizing how her value has been defined by others and reclaiming authorship of her own story. Her relationships evolve through acts of radical reciprocity, Kaelin learning to lead without dominating, Ronan channeling protection without possession, Silas using knowledge to empower rather than manipulate, and Darian finding voice through shared vulnerability. Supporting characters add vital texture, fellow list candidates navigating their own subjugation, courtiers whose loyalty masks complicity, even the palace architecture, rendered as both sanctuary and prison, whose walls absorb centuries of silenced desires. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In worlds built on extraction, tenderness is sabotage, and love is the ultimate act of reclamation. Even the magic system serves thematic depth, with consort bonds reflecting conscious choice over biological imperative, and spell work demanding authenticity over performance. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive sensory ritual. The narrator embodies Alara and her 4 counterparts with remarkable distinction. Alara's voice carries steel wrapped in dawning self-trust. Kaelin's resonant timbre trembles with restrained devotion beneath authority. Ronan's rough cadence softens with unexpected tenderness. Silas' measured tones reveal depths of feeling beneath intellectual reserve. And Darian's hushed presence speaks volumes in pauses between words, making their dynamic palpable even in conflict. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy, distant chimes marking celestial alignments, the hushed rustle of silk during vulnerable confessions, the crackle of elemental magic during moments of emotional breakthrough, all anchor mythic stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of awakening, deliberate during moments of introspection and bond negotiation, then surging with urgency as Alara's agency ignites external change. Whether you're navigating daily routines or drifting into dreams, the audiobook creates a transportive soundscape that makes magic feel dangerously intimate. It's storytelling as embodied invocation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a love story that defies cosmic design. Ultimately, The King's List redefines why choose Romantasy by centering female autonomy within hierarchical frameworks. It satisfies generic cravings for fated mates and supernatural stakes, while delivering substantive commentary on bodily sovereignty, institutional trauma, and the courage required to redefine sacredness on human terms. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional odyssey. If you've ever wondered whether love can exist across impossible divides, or if devotion requires surrendering your soul, this audiobook will affirm that true worship begins with honoring the self. Press play, step into the throne room's shadowed halls, and prepare to believe that sometimes the most divine act is claiming your own humanity. Your next favorite romantasy isn't waiting in obedient praise. It's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to awaken on your own terms.